Federal funding for University of California and Cal State schools might be on the chopping block. It's expected to be a big blow to the Golden State and the Bay Area.
All right, listen up, y'all.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is another episode of All Things Education Official. I am your host and educator, DrAbdullah, giving you educational news from a foundational Black American man's perspective. If you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Put me in the algorithm. And if you want, please follow me on my social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, TikTok, LinkedIn, and X. And if you like the content, you like what I'm putting out there, please feel free. Go to the About section and buy me a cup of coffee. It will be greatly appreciated. Well, today we're going to be discussing the Trump administration's potential educational grant cuts to California universities.
Tonight, California's top Democrats are vowing to fight back as the state braces for the possibility of widespread federal funding cuts by the Trump administration, specifically targeting grants for the University of California and California State University systems.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. So far, there is no official word from the White House about the cuts, but many believe the state is being targeted because of its policy.
So, Dan, we don't have official notification of the cuts, and we don't know which grants may be targeted yet. But local, state, and federal officials say everyone is bracing for the impact and what it might mean for research and development, as well as local jobs. San Mateo County Supervisor Jackie Spears says cutting federal funding for local universities would set us back by 15 years in terms of research value. State Senator Scott Wiener says the Trump administration is targeting University of California and other universities because of the state's policies.
Because we have refused to dehumanize trans young people, that they are going to come after our federal education funding, and they'll try to take money away from us, and we are prepared to fight them.
On Friday, Governor Gavin Newsom posted this on X saying, quote, Californians pay the bills for the federal government. We pay over $80 billion more in taxes than we get back. Maybe it's time to cut that off, at Real Donald Trump.
According to the Newsbreak article entitled, Trump administration considers pulling all educational grants from California schools, the Donald Trump administration has reportedly begun considering the possibility of pulling all the educational grants from the state of California. This seemingly is in retaliation for the way things have gone down regarding the ongoing protests between ICE agents and those who seek to oppose the sweeping deportations ordered by the president. Listen, we all know what exactly this is. California's policies and handling of ICE protests, and I want to say, I say it's an uprising of illegals and their families and friends. That's the reason why they're doing it. That's the truth. But we need to take two things into consideration. We need to ask these two questions. One, the immigration and LGBTQ policies of California are not progressive for Black communities, so we cannot support them. I'm going to make that statement. We can't support them because they don't support the Black community. They displace Black Americans and they strip resources from the Black community that are owed to us. So why should we support it? And two, education has and always will be a political football. It's sad, but education has always been in this position where it's the last one they think of doing something for, but it's the first one they think of taking something away from. So it always suffers. That is the reason that taking back our institutions is a must. I'm talking about our HBCUs. I'm talking about our independent schools. We need to rethink our HBCUs, people. We need to rethink about them receiving government funding. We really need to reconsider their hiring practices, who controls their education, who controls their board. That is important because when you have people who are not of your community controlling the outcomes of it, that's a recipe for disaster. We need to take a page from the European Jews' blueprint. They would never open a school and have Black people on the board. They would never open a school and have Black people in the classroom teaching their children. Why do we feel so comfortable doing it? And if you can say you don't like whoever, but I'll tell you, whenever there's someone who's thriving in an area, you can look to them for an example of how you should operate. We have the wherewithal to move our community forward, but we just got to do one thing and one thing first. Get on code. Once again, this is another episode of All Things Education Official. I am your host and educator, Dr. Abdullah, giving you educational news from a foundational Black American man's perspective. Please feel free to get in the comments. What do you think about Trump's potential educational cuts? Do you think it's a good thing, bad thing, or are you indifferent? We'd love to hear about it. You are dismissed.
Yeah! You are all expurgated. You are dismissed.
Too much propaganda, spiritual pollution. Too many problems, not enough solutions. So many billionaires that make no contributions. Gotta create fund and maintain our institutions. Word to the masses, our government is backwards. Only thing I've learned is what a babble and a crab is. Deploying all these tactics to keep us all distracted. Scrolling on our gadgets and we scroll right past it. Are we caught up in the fashion? They sitting back laughing. This education we're lacking. All the laws they be passing. Peep the curriculum, you see they're subtracting. The necessary work, these kids mentally absent. Turned our food plastic.